I want to rest in the power of the gospel that we just heard. It was so brief, but there's so much happening. That line, Jesus shows up to the house and the flute players, they're professional mourners. This was a custom in Judaism. They're doing their thing, they're mourning ceremoniously. And Jesus says to them, she's not dead, she's just sleeping. And they ridiculed him. How different their response of faith is to Jesus than this woman who's been hemorrhaging for 12 years, who says, if I could just touch his cloak, I know the tassels, not even the cloak, the tassels of his cloak, I will be healed. And you're meant, in the way the author puts this together, you're meant to feel that tension. And the desire, of course, is that we would be like this woman. So let's examine her briefly. This woman obviously is going through an enormous amount of suffering, hemorrhaging for 12 years. So she's having this constant flow of her period for 12 years. Like, I can't even imagine. But there's also ritual laws that surround that. During the flow of a woman's period, ritually, this is not a moral statement, but ritually they're rendered unclean. So they can't participate in worship. They can't go into the temple. They can't celebrate the festivals. They can't offer the sacrifices for sin, for thanksgiving, in petition. Think of like Yom Kippur, the Great Day of Mercy, or Passover and redemption. She has been excluded from all of this. She can't even have contact with another human being because she would render them ritually unclean. She is living a personal hell for 12 years, and no doctor can cure her. The other Gospels open the story up a little bit more. She's given her whole life savings away, desperate to find redemption from this ailment, and the height of human power is powerlessness. There's just nothing that can be done. There's a passage in Malachi. He's like the last prophet of the Old Testament. And it's only 4 chapters long. And in the 4th chapter, at the real height of anticipation for the coming of the Messiah, that's where you get that famous line about like Elijah's going to come back as one of the signs that the Messiah is here. There's also this line that says when the Son of Righteousness, this Messiah, when the Son of Righteousness comes, there will be healing in his wings. And then I forget the animal. I think it's the stag will leap from the stalls. Now in Hebrew, this word for wing is kanaf. It's the same word that's used for the corner of the shawl that the Jewish men would wear when they would pray. Think of that like blue and white shawl that we even still see today in synagogues. So the talit is the shawl. The kanaf is the corner. And on the corner hang the tzitzit, which were the tassels. So the woman is reaching for the tzitzit that is on the kanaf, but the word kanaf means wing. It also means corner. So as the Son of Righteousness is passing her by, the wing of his kanaf, she's reaching out and she touches it and she's healed in his wings. It is the very fulfillment of what Malachi said was going to happen, which means, at least implicitly, her faith is not simply, this guy seems to have some power to him. Her faith is that he is the Messiah. And in a crowd full of people, she's willing to evidence that faith so strongly that she's reaching out in fulfillment of Malachi. Now, there's also a danger here. If she's wrong and she's not healed, she could be put to death because women have been stoned for lesser crimes than rendering a rabbi unclean. but to render a rabbi unclean, especially in a public way, would have been a horrible offense. And yet she reaches for that mercy. And she was right. She was 100% right. In fact, the other Gospels that expound on that story further, Jesus isn't even necessarily paying attention. He just feels the power go out of him. Because this is the Father's will. This is what the Father foretold. God can't but respond to that level of faith. And his mercy is waiting to burst into the world. There's another profound passage about God's garment. It's in Isaiah 6. And it depicts God sitting on the throne. And his garment is so absurdly big, it literally flows from him and covers the entire court of the temple. But now imagine that garment is the wing with the tassel. It's just super abundant, waiting to be released if only we would reach for it. If only we would reach for it. I want you to rest in that today. This woman embodies the human condition. The flowing of blood in Judaism was the source of life. It was the principle of life itself. We're dying because of sin. And sin is something that we can't heal ourselves from, and there is no one else in the world that can. But there is one who wants to, whose mercy is so ready it's about to explode. It's filling the very temple of God, waiting for a place to put it, waiting for a hand to reach out with faith. Let that hand be yours.